On September 30, 2025, President Trump delivered a speech to top U.S. military leaders at Marine Corps Base Quantico, Virginia. In the speech, he asserted that the country is facing a war from within, and suggested that U.S. cities, especially those he claims are dangerous or mismanaged, could be used as training grounds for military forces, in conjunction with deploying more troops domestically. He criticized military leadership for being weak or overly burdened by political correctness, and defended recent firings of senior officers. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth echoed this approach, announcing changes to rules on fitness, diversity and inclusion, and disciplinary protocols. He also went so far as to tell dissenting officers they should resign. Some of his more provocative lines: "If you don't like what I'm saying, you can leave the room. Of course, there goes your rank, there goes your future, and we should use some of these dangerous cities as training grounds for our military." Why it matters, key issues and risks. Civil-military norms and politicization. The U.S. military has long been regarded as apolitical and subordinate to civilian leadership, operating under strong norms against partisan alignment. A president advocating for military use in domestic politics, and threatening career consequences for dissenters, is a sharp departure from that tradition. Many media sources see this as a dangerous breach. Legal constraints. The Posse Comitatus Act limits the federal military's role in domestic law enforcement. Using the military to patrol or train in cities implicates those legal boundaries. Critics are concerned that Trump's framing may invite constitutional and statutory challenges. Threat to military professionalism and morale. The speech places pressure on military leaders either to align with ideological directives or to resign. Such ultimatums risk undermining decision-making based on operational judgment or expertise. Domestic civil liberties and rights. If the military is deployed on U.S. soil with broad authority, questions arise about how it might engage protesters or dissenters, how rules of engagement are set, and whether constitutional protections, speech, assembly, due process, can be preserved in practice. The Washington Post. Precedent and escalation. This could set a precedent for future leaders to use the armed forces not just for national defense, but as a domestic enforcement or intervention tool in governance disputes. Critics fear it could evolve into a more authoritarian or militarized model of internal control.